Hi guys, this is Nick Jones from Warrior Fit. Just wanted to talk a little bit about building muscle and losing fat at the same time. The holy grail, the thing that everybody's after. Okay, well, so the latest research would indicate that it is actually possible, not just in beginners, but even in well-trained individuals, to build some muscle while losing some fat. Now, don't get me wrong, you're not going to maximize muscle growth while you're in a calorie deficit, while you're trying to get leaner. But if you are just trying to make small changes to your levels of muscle mass and body fat, which adding them together is going to make quite a significant difference to your physique, it is actually possible. Now, there are a few key caveats involved in this type of recomposition transformation. So first of all, the researchers found that you need to be training to failure. Now, I've talked about training to failure before, and how it's not necessarily in a lot of cases and can be a bit detrimental, but that's more coming from a strength point of view. You're not going to maximize performance if you're always training to failure in terms of building strength and explosive power, speed, etc. But in terms of just pure hypertrophy, muscle growth, while in a calorie deficit, I'm talking about a small calorie deficit as well here, you need to be training to failure. You also need adequate protein. If your protein isn't high enough while you're in a calorie deficit, you are going to use you are going to strip some amino acids from your muscles. You need a surplus of amino acids, basically. You need a surplus of protein. So any that's converted will come from food you ingest and not from your lean muscle mass. Okay, then we'll talk about the calorie deficit. It has to be a slight deficit. So you need to have done some experimentation with tracking and know what your maintenance levels are. You need a really good solid idea of what your maintenance levels are and how to manipulate those up and down. You need to know it's going to be a window. It's not going to be, right, 3,000 maintenance, 3,100 I'm gaining, 2,900 and I'm losing. It's going to be a bit more of a window, you know, a few hundred calories either way. But you need a good idea of what that is. And then you need to be in a very small deficit. So you're just dipping under that maintenance level, which you're not going to lose any weight really significantly, but you are going to mobilize some body fat because you're just in that very slight deficit. You're training hard, you're training to failure, you're using a lot of energy, okay? And because you're only in a very slight deficit and because your protein is sufficient, you can recover from the training and you can build a very small amount of muscle mass. So that's good news, guys, for those people out there, which are probably most people that are into training, training for aesthetics other than training for performance, which is, you know, probably the vast majority of people that just generally go in gyms. So for you guys, this is really good news. Very slight calorie deficit, adequate protein, and training with the right kind of intensity to failure. Obviously, there are a lot more things involved in terms of training volume, training frequency, the types of exercises you're going to use, and all kinds of other things. But the basics are the calories, the protein, the training intensity. Okay, thanks guys. Catch you next time.